Every morning, the alarm rang at exactly 5:30 a.m. Not 5:29. Not 5:31. 5:30, like a reminder from life itself. And every morning, his hand reached out, silenced it, and pulled the blanket tighter around his body. It wasn't sleep that held him there. It was fear. Fear of the same routine. Fear of effort. Fear of responsibility. Fear of discovering that maybe, just maybe, he was capable of more, and that scared him more than failure ever could. He lay in bed staring at the ceiling, watching the fan rotate like time, moving constantly, yet getting nowhere. He had dreams. Big ones. He wanted to build something of his own. He wanted freedom, not just money, but freedom from regret. He wanted to look at himself in the mirror and feel proud. But every dream came with a sentence he repeated daily. Tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll start working seriously. Tomorrow I'll wake up early. Tomorrow I'll stop wasting time. Tomorrow I'll change my life. Tomorrow became his favorite word. Not because it gave hope, but because it delayed responsibility. His phone was the first thing he touched every morning. Notifications. Short videos. Motivational quotes. Wake up early. Grind harder. Your future depends on what you do today. He watched them all. He liked them. He saved them. He shared them. But when the screen turned off, his life stayed the same. Motivation made him feel productive without actually producing anything. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. And slowly, without realizing it, he stopped expecting more from himself. One evening, after another day that felt exactly like the last, he sat alone in his room. The light was dim. The room was quiet. He was scrolling endlessly when his phone battery died. The screen went black. No warning. No goodbye. Just silence. At first, he felt irritated. Then uncomfortable. Then something strange happened. His mind, without distraction, started talking. He noticed the calendar on the wall. Half of it was crossed out. 6 months gone. Not invested. Not built. Gone. No progress worth mentioning. No story worth telling. Just time, lost quietly. His chest felt heavy. He tried to justify it. I had responsibilities. I wasn't ready. I needed more time. But deep down, he knew the truth. He wasn't busy. He was avoiding discomfort. That night, he didn't sleep. Not because he was inspired, but because he was honest with himself for the first time in years. He realized something painful. He wasn't afraid of failure. He was afraid of trying seriously and discovering that he wasted his potential all along. That realization hurt more than any insult ever could. He thought about the future. 5 years from now. 10 years from now. Same room. Same habits. Same excuses. That image terrified him. Then another thought followed. If my life looks the same next year, it will be my fault. No enemy. No bad luck. No one to blame. Just him. The next morning, the alarm rang again at 5:30 a.m. His hand reached out, automatically. Then it stopped. Not because he felt confident. Not because he felt motivated. But because he felt done. Done waiting. Done planning without action. Done lying to himself. He sat up. His body felt heavy. His mind was loud. Every excuse screamed at him. Sleep more. You can start later. One day won't matter. But this time, he didn't argue. He stood up anyway. The room felt different. Not magical. Just real. That morning, he didn't change his whole life. He didn't suddenly become disciplined. He didn't feel powerful. He didn't feel special. He just did one thing he had been avoiding. It was uncomfortable. Slow. Messy. And when he finished, nothing dramatic happened. No applause. No sudden success. But something inside him shifted. That night, he crossed the date on the calendar. Not because it was productive, but because it was honest. The next day was harder. His excitement was gone. His doubts were louder. He failed to follow the plan perfectly, and for a moment, he almost quit. But then he remembered something important. Discipline doesn't feel good at the beginning. It feels boring. It feels lonely. It feels pointless. He kept going. Some days he showed up strong. Some days he barely showed up at all. But he showed up. Weeks passed. Slowly, fear stopped controlling every decision. Not because fear disappeared, but because action made it smaller. He noticed changes. Not in results, but in identity. He stopped calling himself lazy. He stopped waiting for permission. He stopped expecting motivation to save him. Months later, he stood in front of the mirror. Same face. Same flaws. But different eyes. Eyes that had faced discomfort. Eyes that had chosen effort over comfort again and again. His life wasn't perfect. He still struggled. He still doubted himself. But one thing was clear. He was no longer wasting time pretending to prepare. He was living. One evening, while crossing another date on the calendar, he smiled. Not because everything worked out, but because this time, the days were used. He finally understood the lesson life had been trying to teach him all along. You don't need motivation to change your life. You need a decision and the courage to stay consistent when it gets uncomfortable. And that was the day he stopped waiting. Not for motivation. Not for confidence. Not for the perfect moment. He started anyway. And that changed everything. Stop waiting for motivation. Start acting. Your future is watching what you do today.